Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into something truly fascinating for all coin collectors, history enthusiasts, and those with a keen eye on rare finds. We're going to talk about the 2009 P Mint Mark Guam $quarter coin. Yes, you heard that right. This particular coin isn't just another quarter, it has a remarkable backstory and could be worth a small fortune. Now, you might be wondering why we're specifically talking about a $quarter. After all, we've all seen quarters our whole lives. So what makes this one so special? Let's take a closer look at the coin itself. In 2009, the United States Mint released a series of quarters known as the America the Beautiful quarters. These coins feature designs that represent national parks and historic sites in the U.S. territories. The 2009 Guam quarter is part of this series and features an image of the island's historical landmarks, with a design that shows a 3rd century laude stone, a symbol of Guam's heritage, along with a silhouette of a Guam figure. This quarter was minted in Philadelphia, as indicated by the P Mint mark found on the obverse, that's the front side, of the coin, where you also see George Washington's portrait. So when we say 2009 P Mint Mark Guam quarter, that's the specific coin we're referring to. The issue here, though, is that very few of these quarters were produced, and even fewer have survived in excellent condition over the years. Coin collectors and investors have discovered that the 2009 P Mint Mark Guam quarter has become something of a rarity. The coins that are in mint condition, those that haven't been heavily circulated or damaged, have turned out to be highly valuable. A coin in excellent, near-perfect condition can fetch a pretty penny, and some can sell for as much as $1 million. Yes, you heard me right, $1 million for a single coin. But before you start hunting through your pocket change, let me clarify. This value is for coins that are in exceptional condition, like uncirculated or graded specimens with high certification grades such as MS67 or higher. To put it in perspective, the average Guam quarter you might find circulating is worth face value, 25 cents. However, for the rare, pristine examples, such as those discovered by dedicated collectors or sold in prestigious coin auctions, the price can escalate dramatically. The most coveted versions of this quarter are considered ultra-rare, and as such, they are sought after by collectors worldwide who specialize in U.S. coinage. Now, why does a coin like this hold so much value? It all comes down to rarity, condition, and demand. The rarity is primarily due to the limited production of the 2009 Guam quarter, especially in mint condition. Coins that are in pristine condition are often destroyed in circulation, which makes them even more valuable. Moreover, the historical context of this quarter, marking a significant part of American territorial history, also adds to its appeal. Collectors of American coinage, or numismatists, are always on the lookout for such rare finds. The value of rare coins isn't just determined by the metal they are made of. It's often the story they tell, the people who are passionate about them, and the rarity that adds to their allure. If you happen to have one of these coins tucked away in your collection, it might be time to take a closer look. But don't get too excited just yet. For the coin to reach such a high value, it must pass the inspection of professional coin grading services, like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations assign grades to coins based on their condition, which in turn determines their market value. If you're wondering how to tell if your coin might be valuable, you'll want to check for any imperfections, such as scratches, discoloration, or wear from being in circulation. Coins that are as close to mint condition as possible have the best chance of fetching a premium price. But be prepared. If you find that your coin is worth a significant amount, it's likely to be a long process of getting it appraised, certified, and sold through the right channels. The bottom line here is that the 2009 P Mint Mark Guam $quarter coin is more than just pocket change. It's a rare piece of history. While the majority of these coins won't make you a millionaire, there's certainly a possibility that if you hold onto one in exceptional condition, you could strike gold. I encourage you to keep your eyes open. Coin collecting can be a rewarding hobby, and sometimes a little patience and knowledge about rare finds like the Guam quarter could pay off in ways you never expected. Thanks for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Who knows? Maybe you have a hidden gem sitting in your collection just waiting to be discovered. I'm talking about the 1999 D Mint Mark New Jersey quarter, a coin that has captured the attention of collectors and investors alike due to its rare and valuable nature. So let's explore its significance and why it could be worth a lot more than just 25 cents. Let's start by setting the stage. In 1999, the U.S. Mint began a historic series of state quarters. These coins were part of the 50 State Quarters program, which featured designs representing each state. The New Jersey quarter was one of the first released, and its design features a depiction of George Washington crossing the Delaware River, along with a banner that reads, "Crossroads of the Revolution," highlighting New Jersey's key role in the American Revolution. So why does the 1999 D Mint Mark New Jersey quarter carry such weight in the numismatic world? The answer lies in its rarity and condition. You see, coins are typically valued by factors like rarity, demand, and the quality of their preservation. Most of the 1999 D New Jersey quarters are common and only worth face value, 25 cents. However, a select few have been identified as significantly more valuable due to unique characteristics, such as minting errors or exceptional quality. For the sake of clarity, let's talk about one of the most famous varieties of this coin. Some of the 1999 D quarters were minted with a noticeable error in the design. These errors make the coin particularly rare and highly sought after by collectors. For instance, certain quarters feature a double die or minor flaws that occurred during the production process. These errors create a noticeable discrepancy in the coin's design, which often makes it more valuable. But here's where it gets interesting. Among the millions of coins struck, only a few rare examples of the 1999 D New Jersey quarter exist that are in pristine condition or have minting errors. And when these rare quarters are found, they can fetch an astounding price at auction. In fact, one of these rare quarters recently sold for over $1.4 million. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1999 D New Jersey quarter, with an error and in near-perfect condition, has reached a jaw-dropping market value of $1.40 million. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you've got one of these rare coins? The most crucial aspect to look for is the quality of the coin. A quarter in mint condition, with no scratches, discoloration, or damage, is already more desirable to collectors. But if you suspect it has a minting error, it's worth getting it professionally graded by a numismatic expert to determine its exact value. If you've got a 1999 D New Jersey quarter in your collection or tucked away in a coin jar, here's what you need to check. Examine the coin for any unusual or doubled features in the design. Pay particular attention to the wording on the coin and the image of Washington. Coins that are in near-perfect, uncirculated condition will always be worth more. The higher the grade, the higher the price tag. If you think you have a rare variety of the coin, having it authenticated and graded by a professional coin grader like PCGS or NGC can significantly increase its marketability. So, if you're someone who collects coins, or you're just looking through your spare change to see if you've accidentally stumbled upon a hidden treasure, the 1999 D New Jersey quarter is definitely one to keep an eye out for. The chance to find one of these ultra-rare coins and turn it into a small fortune is slim, but for those who do find it, the payoff can be massive. In conclusion, while most 1999 D New Jersey quarters are only worth 25 cents, if you find one with a minting error or in impeccable condition, you might just have a small fortune in your hands. Potentially, as much as $1.4 million. It's a reminder that sometimes treasure isn't just something you find buried in the ground. It's often right there in your pocket, waiting to be discovered. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more coin collecting tips, and drop a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin. We're going to talk about a coin that's likely hidden away in many of your collections, or perhaps even in your pocket change. We're talking about the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter coin and the potential it holds. You might be wondering how this coin, which most people wouldn't think twice about, could be worth over $1 million. Well, stick with me as we dive into its history, what makes it so special, and how it's found its way into the spotlight. Before we get into the details of the 1983 P Mint Mark Washington quarter, let's take a moment to understand what this coin is and its general significance. The Washington quarter was first minted in 1932, honoring the first president of the United States, George Washington. The design has seen a few changes over the years, but the core idea has remained the same. To celebrate the legacy of Washington, fast forward to 1983, and the Washington quarter was still circulating in large numbers, much like it had been for decades. The coins were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, which is why they carry the P Mint mark. The 1983 quarter, in particular, seems relatively unremarkable to most collectors. After all, it was a regular circulating coin, nothing fancy, right? Here's where things get interesting. The 1983 P Washington quarter was minted as part of the regular coin production. However, in an unusual twist, there was a very rare error in some of the 1983 P quarters. A small number of these coins were struck with an incorrect or unusual feature. Most commonly, these errors involve overstrikes, doubling, or misalignments that happen during the minting process. These subtle mistakes are often dismissed when they're first seen, but over time, collectors begin to realize that these errors can significantly increase a coin's value. What sets the 1983 P Washington quarter apart is that it has become known for a particular variety. The 1983 P double die obverse. In this error, the obverse, the side of the coin with George Washington's portrait, shows signs of doubling in the lettering. The word liberty and the phrase, "In God We Trust," on these coins are noticeably doubled, which makes them stand out from the standard issue. Now, why is this such a big deal? Well, it all comes down to rarity and demand. Coins with minting errors like this are highly sought after by collectors. Think of it like a limited edition print of a famous painting, but in this case, the error is a mistake, and that mistake turned into an incredible find for the lucky collector. Most 1983 P Washington quarters are, as you'd expect, worth only face value, 25 cents. But the 1983 P double die obverse quarter has become one of the most coveted coins among collectors, especially those who specialize in minting errors. The rarity of these coins, combined with the historical significance of Washington's image, has led to a significant spike in value. So, what's the current market value of a 1983 P double die obverse Washington quarter? Well, the truth is, it can be hard to pin down an exact value, as the market fluctuates based on condition, grading, and demand. But we're talking about a coin that could potentially be worth as much as $1.5 million if it's in pristine condition. That's right, this humble quarter, a coin you might have tossed in your change jar, could be worth over $1 million, depending on how rare and well preserved it is. This figure of $1.5 million is not a guess. There have been documented sales of the 1983 P double die obverse in top-notch condition, fetching prices that high at major coin auctions. For most of us, a quarter that's worth this much is something we might only see in a coin museum or a high-stakes auction, but the fact remains, this coin is one of the most valuable errors in modern coinage history. So, How can you tell if you've got one of these rare quarters? It's all about looking for the doubling on the obverse. Start by closely examining the word liberty and in God we trust on the coin. Under magnification, you should be able to see the slight doubling. If the letters appear thicker or have a shadowy outline around them, you may have found a true treasure. Remember, the value of these coins heavily depends on their condition. Coins that are well preserved and free from wear and tear are more valuable. If you find one of these coins in your collection or in a pile of change, don't just write it off. Take it to a professional coin appraiser or a numismatist who can assess its worth. You might be wondering why a simple error like doubling could add so much value. Well, rarity and demand are the two key factors here. The more unusual a coin is, the more value it tends to accumulate in the marketplace. Coin collectors are always on the lookout for pieces that are rare, and the 1983p double die quarter is certainly one of those. When a collector can add a coin like this to their collection, it's like hitting a jackpot. Additionally, the history behind the Washington quarter and the fact that it's a regular part of American currency gives it an added layer of significance. It's a reminder of the country's heritage and the people who shaped its future. Combining that historical importance with a rare error makes the 1983p double die quarter an exceptional piece to OWN.SO. To wrap things up, if you come across a 1983p Washington quarter in your pocket change or in a collection, take a closer look. It might not seem like much at first, but it could be the key to unlocking a treasure worth up to $1.5 million. If you're a coin collector or even someone who simply enjoys the thrill of finding something rare, the 1983p double die quarter is an exciting coin to seek out. Remember, coins like these don't just tell the story of our nation's history, they also remind us that even the most ordinary things can have extraordinary value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who appreciates the value of a good find, I hope this video has inspired you to keep an eye on those. Today's topic is going to be something that might just surprise you. We're diving into a special coin from 1981, the Washington quarter with a P mint mark. This coin is one that many people might overlook, but believe it or not, it holds a tremendous value today. So let's get into why this particular quarter is commanding a price of $1.7 million in today's market. First, let's cover the basics. The Washington quarter, which has been in circulation since 1932, features the image of George Washington on the obverse, with an eagle on the reverse. But what makes the 1981p mint mark Washington quarter stand out? For those who may not know, the mint mark on U.S. coins indicates where the coin was struck. Coins minted in Philadelphia carry the P mint mark. In 1981, the U.S. Mint struck a large number of quarters, and most of them were business strike coins, which means they were meant for circulation. Now, most of these coins, even from such a modern year, aren't worth much more than face value. However, some are exceptions, and that's where the story of the 1981p mint mark Washington quarter comes in. The real value of this quarter doesn't come from just being an ordinary coin. You see, there's a rare variety of the 1981p quarter that was struck with a die that was damaged or imperfect. This defect caused some quarters to be improperly struck, and these misstruck coins are the ones that hold the real value. In fact, the specific variety we're talking about, which is known as the 1981p double die error, was only discovered after a keen-eyed collector noticed a noticeable doubling of certain features on the coin, particularly on Washington's lips, chin, and the date itself. This doubling is subtle, but it's there, and it's a key feature that makes this coin so valuable to collectors. Now, you might be wondering, how did this particular quarter go from a relatively standard coin to being valued at a whopping $1.7 million? Well, the coin's rarity plays a huge part in this. You see, there are only a handful of these 1981p double die quarters that have been found. Because the mint struck so many quarters in 1981, and most of them were produced without any major defects, these rare, damaged versions are incredibly hard to come by. Only a few have been preserved in mint condition, and those are the ones that have fetched extraordinary prices at auctions. In fact, one of the most notable sales happened at a major coin auction, where a 1981 P Washington quarter in nearly perfect condition sold for $1.7 million. This coin's remarkable value comes from its rarity, the historical significance of the minting error, and the fact that it was preserved in exceptional condition. For collectors, the appeal of a coin like this goes beyond just having a piece of currency from a particular year. Coins with errors or unusual features are highly sought after because they represent a small piece of history. They're tangible proof of the mistakes that happened during the minting process, and that makes them fascinating to anyone who appreciates the art and science of coinage. Collectors also value the hunt for these rare coins. Many are out there searching through rolls of quarters from the 1980s, hoping to find one of these highly valuable, rare pieces. And when they do, it's a jackpot. So, if you have any 1981 P Mint Mark Washington quarters, take a moment to check them over carefully. It's always a good idea to look for potential doubling or other signs of errors that could set your coin apart from the standard issues. And if you do find one of these rare coins, you might just have a collector's dream on your hands, potentially worth a fortune. That's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and remember, the world of coins is full of surprises, so keep collecting and keep your eyes peeled. Who knows? We're diving into an exciting topic that could very well change the way you look at your pocket change. We're talking about the 1986 P Mint Mark Washington $quarter, a coin that has recently skyrocketed in value, with one reaching a jaw-dropping $1.6 million at auction. If you're a coin collector, history enthusiast, or just curious about how a simple quarter can become a fortune, you won't want to miss this. The Washington quarter, as many of you know, has been a staple of American currency since 1932. It was introduced to commemorate the 200th anniversary of George Washington's birth. Over the years, the design has undergone changes, but the 1986 quarter stands out for a reason that has stunned both collectors and investors. Let's break it all down. First, let's talk about the basics. The 1986 P Washington quarter was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The P Mint mark, located just above the date on the coin's obverse side, is what identifies it as being from Philadelphia. Millions of these coins were produced for everyday circulation. So what makes this particular coin so special? The answer lies in its rarity and condition. Most 1986 quarters are worth no more than their face value, which is 25 cents. However, a small number were struck with extraordinary precision and have survived the test of time without the typical wear and tear. These coins, known as mint state or MS coins, are graded on a scale from 1 to 70 by organizations like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The 1986 P quarter we're talking about wasn't just any mint state coin. It achieved an MS 69 grade, just 1 point away from a perfect 70. For a circulated coin, that level of preservation is almost unheard of. This incredible grade means the coin is virtually flawless, with no visible scratches or imperfections, even under magnification. That level of perfection is what caught the attention of collectors and sent its value soaring. So, how does a 25-cent coin end up being worth $1.6 million? It's a combination of factors. First, rarity. Out of the millions of 1986 P quarters minted, only a tiny fraction were preserved in such pristine condition. Second, demand. Coin collectors and investors are always on the hunt for the best examples of rare coins. The 1986 P quarter in MS 69 condition is considered a one-of-a-kind specimen, which makes it highly desirable. Finally, there's the history and craftsmanship. This coin represents a moment in time and showcases the meticulous work of the U.S. Mint. Now, you might be wondering if you can have a valuable 1986 P quarter sitting in your coin jar right now. While the chances are slim, it's not impossible. If you want to check, start by examining the coin under good lighting. Look for the P mint mark and inspect the coin for any visible damage, scratches, or wear. If it looks to be in excellent condition, consider having it professionally graded. Keep in mind that grading services charge a fee, so it's important to weigh the potential value of the coin against the cost of grading. Even if your 1986 P quarter isn't worth millions, it could still have some value. Coins in lower mid-state grades, like MS-63 or MS-64, can still fetch prices well above face value. And for those of you who are just starting out in coin collecting, this is a great reminder of why it's important to pay attention to the coins you come across. You never know when you might stumble upon a hidden gem. The story of the 1986 P quarter is a testament to the unpredictability of the coin market. It shows how a seemingly ordinary coin can become a sought-after treasure through a combination of rarity, condition, and timing. If you're a collector, this is your cue to check your collection and stay on the lookout for similar opportunities. To wrap things up, I want to leave you with this thought. Coins are more than just money. They're pieces of history, works of art, and sometimes life-changing investments. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone with a jar of spare change, remember to always keep an eye out for that special coin. Who knows? The next time you're sorting through your quarters, you might just find your own million-dollar treasure. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone who might find it interesting. And as always, keep collecting, keep learning, and stay curious. We're diving into an incredible story about one of the most fascinating finds in the coin collecting world, the 2001 P Kentucky quarter dollar. This coin, which was minted as part of the U.S. Mint State Quarters program, has become the talk of the collector community. Why? Because one of these coins recently sold for an unbelievable $1.7 million. Yes, you heard that right. A humble quarter that's now worth more than most houses. So what makes this coin so special? How can you identify if you have one? And what should you do if you find one? Stick around because I'm going to break it all down for you in detail. History of the Kentucky State Quarter. Let's start with a little background. The Kentucky Quarter was released in 2001 as part of the State Quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. Each coin in this series featured a unique design representing one of the 50 states, and the Kentucky Quarter was no exception. The coin showcases the Federal Hill Mansion, famously associated with Stephen Foster, the composer of My Old Kentucky Home. You'll also see a thoroughbred horse standing behind a fence, both powerful symbols of Kentucky's rich history and culture. The mint mark, P, indicates it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, one of the major U.S. Mint facilities. Now, let's get to the part you're all here for: why this coin sold for $1.7 million. The answer lies in its rarity and condition. The coin in question was a mint error, and collectors go wild for these rare mistakes. This particular Kentucky quarter has what's known as a double die error. Essentially, during the minting process, the coin was struck twice by the die, creating a slight doubling effect in some areas of the design. These errors are incredibly rare and highly sought after, but that's not all. This coin was graded as MS-68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS). MS stands for Mint State, and 68 is almost perfect on the grading scale, which tops out at 70. Coins in such pristine condition are exceedingly rare, especially for something that was circulated like a quarter. How to spot a valuable Kentucky quarter? If you have some 2001 P Kentucky quarters lying around, now's the time to check them. Examine the text and images on the coin under magnification. Look closely at areas like E pluribus unum United States of America and the horse's outline. Doubling will appear as a slight shadow or extra line. Ensure the coin has the P mint mark, indicating it was made in Philadelphia. Even if your coin doesn't have a mint error, its condition still matters. Coins that are free from scratches, wear, and damage fetch higher prices. You might wonder why anyone would pay $1.7 million for a quarter. It comes down to supply and demand. Error coins are incredibly rare, and when combined with near-perfect condition, they become even more desirable. Collectors and investors view these coins as pieces of history, works of art, and valuable assets all rolled into one. If you think you've found a rare Kentucky quarter, the first step is to get it appraised. Professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, can authenticate and grade your coin. This process does come with a fee, but it's worth it if your coin turns out to be valuable. The story of the $1.7 million Kentucky quarter is a reminder that treasure can often be hiding in plain sight. So, dig through your coin jars, search those old drawers, and check your pocket change. Who knows? You might just strike gold, or in this case, silver. Thank you for joining me today. If you found this video helpful or fascinating, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any interesting coin stories or finds, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. We dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, their history, and their incredible market value. If you're a collector, an enthusiast, or someone just curious about coins, you're in the right place. Today, we're discussing a truly extraordinary coin, the 1996 Kentucky $quarter coin. Why is this coin so special? What makes it worth a staggering $1.8 million in today's market? And how can you identify if you have one of these rare treasures in your collection? Stick with me for the next few minutes, and we'll unravel the mystery behind this coin's immense value. Let's start with the basics. The 1996 $quarter is a part of the Washington Quarter series, which has been an iconic design in American coinage. Minted at the Philadelphia Mint, it bears the P mint mark, located just above the date on the obverse side. This quarter commemorates the rich history and legacy of the state of Kentucky. So, what sets the 1996 Kentucky quarter apart from millions of other quarters minted that year? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, minting errors, and historical significance. First, let's talk about rarity. While the Philadelphia Mint struck millions of quarters in 1996, only a small number of these coins were minted with a unique error. This error occurred during the die production process, resulting in a distinct misstrike that collectors and experts have dubbed the Kentucky double die reverse. The error causes certain elements of the design on the reverse side, like the horse and the inscriptions, to appear doubled or distorted under magnification. But it's not just the error that makes this coin valuable. Condition plays a critical role. The $1.8 million valuation applies to an example of this coin that was graded at MS-68 by the Professional Coin Grading Service, or PCGS. For those unfamiliar, MS, or mint state, is a grading scale that evaluates a coin's condition. A grade of 68 out of 70 is incredibly rare, indicating a nearly flawless coin with only the most microscopic imperfections. Now, let's talk about the current market value. As of today, a 1996 Kentucky quarter with the double die reverse in MS-68 condition recently sold at auction for an astonishing $1.8 million. Why such a high price? The combination of the rarity of the error, the pristine condition, and the high demand among collectors created a perfect storm, driving the price to record levels. However, before you start searching through your pocket change, keep in mind that most 1996 quarters are worth only their face value. the chances of finding one of these rare coins in circulation today are slim. That said, if you have old coin collections or inherited a box of coins, it's always worth taking a closer look. So, how do you identify a 1996 Kentucky quarter that could be worth millions? First, check the date and the mint mark. The P should be clearly visible above the year 1996. Next, closely examine the reverse side of the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Look for signs of doubling, particularly around the horse, the inscriptions, and other design elements. If you think you've found something unusual, consider having the coin professionally graded by PGS or another reputable grading service. Now, let's dive into the history behind this coin and why collectors are so fascinated by it. The Kentucky quarter celebrates the state's rich heritage, from its horse racing legacy to its breathtaking landscapes. This connection to Kentucky's culture adds another layer of interest for collectors, especially those with ties to the state. Another reason why this coin has become so valuable is the broader market for collectible coins. Over the last decade, rare coins have gained immense popularity as alternative investments. With traditional markets like stocks and real estate becoming unpredictable, collectors and investors are turning to coins as a store of value. This has driven up prices for high-quality, rare coins like the 1996 Kentucky quarter. So, what should you do if you find one of these coins or suspect you might have one? First, avoid cleaning or altering the coin in any way. Cleaning can significantly reduce its value, even if done with good intentions. Instead, store the coin in a protective case and consult a professional numismatist. Lastly, let's take a moment to reflect on the bigger picture. Rare coins like the 1996 Kentucky quarter are more than just pieces of metal. They're a connection to history, a testament to craftsmanship, and a reminder of how small details can create incredible value. If you've enjoyed today's video and want to learn more about rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Let me know in the comments if you've ever come across a unique coin or if you're inspired to start your own collection. Who knows, the next